Professor Alan White, Centre for Men's Health at Leeds Beckett University. There's been a lot of work around getting to men, finding men in the community. They say is difficult. We say they're not difficult to reach, they're impossible to avoid. If you go to where men are, if you go to the football stadium, if you go to the rugby stadium, there's millions of men on a week-by-week basis. If you go into the workplace, so settings-based approaches seem to be an effective way of working with men. Football League, the Premier League has just run the Premier League Health Initiative, where it put health trainers into clubs. Those health trainers went out and worked with lads in the community. Majority of those lads had health problems. Not that they were going to the doctors, not that they were getting any information, they were just ignoring them. And these lads were then worked with by the health trainers, and what happened? Their health improved. Football Fans in Training in Scotland worked with the Scottish Premier League, fantastic. Lost weight. This was a weight loss program. They lost 5 kilograms in weight, and it was sustained at the end of 12 months. We've been working on a book, drawing together 20 case studies from around the world on using sporting settings for public health. That book comes out in November, December, so hopefully by the time you see this it should be available. It's looking at not just men's health, it's looking at women's health. It's looking at how football and rugby and other kinds of sport are being used to reach out to lads around HIV/AIDS in Africa. It's been looking at TB work. It's been looking at slum soccer for women, to empower women in India. Sounds brilliant. What we have to do though is we have to be careful about using some of these sporting settings, because sometimes you don't want to replicate problems that we've seen with football elsewhere, where it's rather misogynistic or difficult. However, if it's done properly, it's a brilliant way of working with men. So, just to think about, if we're going to get out and reach those men, let's be creative and do something different.